Hello and welcome. Today we are going to talk about what we have learned from the video in the photo. Uh, it talks about machine learning, its advantages, what is machine learning, and how it helps us. It helps us basically. On the video, we have seen machine learning is basically an algorithm that is learned from examples and experience. And on the video showed a code basically that is identifying an apple and an orange. But first, let us discuss basically the advantage of machine learning. So, without machine learning, if you have to code one thing, it would be very hard since you have to write manually a set of rules, and those set of rules could be many since for example you would want to take an input of an image file and classify it as an apple as what has been said in the example. uh, you have to basically put rules strictly like its size, its color, and etc. And it is more complicated than machine learning. In machine learning, basically you just have to input data, and after you input data, it outputs the label of your certain input. Like if you input an apple picture, it basically prints apple and identifies it as an apple. So let's see the code. So this was the code that was being written in the video. As you can see, we have used sklearn as import and decision tree as the classifier, since the video used decision tree, and he did not explain further what was the use of decision tree and other classifiers. um, so these are the training data. First is features, which consists of 140 and 0, which basically means that it has a weight of 140 and 0 for the classification of bumpy and soft. 0 means bumpy and 1 means soft. So labels are basically the outputs. The first two are 140 and 0, which is the weight and uh, bumpy or soft. Then the last one would be the output, which is basically the label if your data inputted in this part is either an apple or an orange. So he used this, which was mentioned again earlier, decision tree. Next would be classifying the what would you call this, the fit. It basically finds the pattern and data uh, in your program or in your code, since our pattern is this, and this would be the output. So here we tried to print 150 and 1. Let's see the output. So the output should be orange if we follow this algorithm. As you can see, the output is orange. So let's try to change the input and change it to 140 and 0. Let's see if the output would change and would result into apple based on the algorithm. So as you can see, the output is apple. Now let's try again this 170 and 1. As you can see, the output is orange since 170 and 1, and the algorithm is orange as classified. So my learnings from the video is that basically machine learning makes it easier for your code, makes it less hassle, because if you would have an input of data, it would automatically have a result based on the training data you have inputted or the algorithm you have set, because machine learning basically has classifiers that find patterns in your training data, and it would base the rules or box of rules uh, in your training data. So basically, uh, he would just find or check your data here and find the patterns, and he would check if, for example, you have in your training data is 140 and 0, and it would output into Apple. So basically, the machine learning or the classifiers basically already has an idea that the more weight you have or the lesser weight you have, meaning it's an apple. If the weight is bigger, it basically is an orange. So again, final conclusions is that even though it is still the my first time learning machine learning, I think it's very convenient for us since it makes everything simpler, and I guess more knowledge to come in the upcoming lessons. And that would be all. Thank you.